Hi, I'm Michaela Weaver and welcome to the video all about how to approach a meal out and remain sober and be happy about it. And it's Valentine's coming up, and so I thought it was particularly appropriate to talk about that right now. So I'm going to cover two sides. One is the benefits of having a deliciously sober night out, and the other is some top tips for how to do that and navigate it. So in terms of the benefits, first of all, there is nothing more we can give to somebody else than being completely 100% present in the moment and there for them. And as you may know yourself, that when somebody listens to you and truly listens to you, it's a wonderful feeling. Now, if we're sitting on a night out and we're thinking about how quickly we can ask for our wine to be topped up, or if we can catch the waiter's eye to get another bottle, or if we can get away with just having a couple more glugs before our starter, then we're not really focusing on the person that we're actually there for. And so, in my experience, when I stopped drinking and started going out sober, I was much more present for that person, because I wasn't distracted about wondering where I was getting my next fix from. I was actually fixing my attention on that person. And as it's Valentine's and you're either going out on a hot date or with somebody that you love, or at worst don't mind too much, then why not try focusing your attention on them? So that closeness and intimacy that can come from that one-on-one connection with another human being is really what it's all about. So another benefit to remaining sober is the fact that there won't be any of those "oh no" moments the next day when we wake up after the night out. So we'll be waking up thinking about the night out because we'll remember it all as well, and we won't have any of those horrible moments where we are remembering at best, or at worst can't even remember what happened the night before. So closeness and clarity the next day, and with that also comes another benefit, which is confidence. I noticed that when I stopped drinking, and I wasn't expecting this as a benefit, but my confidence just went through the roof. And by that I mean that I was much more confident in the conviction of what I was saying, because I had no doubt about what I'd said. And in the past, that certainly wasn't true for me. So you will find that you're so much more confident the next day. And so you can future pace, it's called. Think about what it's going to be like the next day and really enjoy the time that you're there. You will also be able to give your attention to the person you're with and to the food that you're enjoying. I'm aware now that I'm kind of throwing in the tips with the benefits, so I'm just going to launch into the tips as well. So when you're getting ready for the night out, really enjoy the process of getting ready. I used to sit with a really large glass of wine beside me on my dressing table while I was getting ready. Glug, 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 nails. Glug, 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 lipstick, whatever. Just enjoy a relaxing time getting ready. And even if you're in a rush, just enjoy what you're putting on, choosing your clothes, doing your hair, whatever it might be that you're doing. Just enjoy every step of the moment by being present in the moment. When you're having the meal, apart from just engaging with the person, enjoy the food, think about the ambience, focus on the whole of the situation and the time that you're spending. And I guarantee what you will find is your memory of the event and of the future events when you live through them sober really become so much more crystal clear and shining. So when you look back on the night out, you will actually remember it in the round in such a more glowing way. If you're right at the early stages of not drinking and you might be concerned about it, here are some key things. if the person that you are with feels comfortable about it, the whole of the social situation will run so much more smoothly. So even if you're feeling a little bit nervous, if you give the impression that you are totally and utterly happy, cool, calm and collected, then the other person will feel at ease. So make it clear to them that you're not judging them. If they want to sit there and get through a whole bottle of red wine while you're sitting with your slimline tonic on ice and lemon or whatever else it might be, because that's certainly true for me quite often when I go out, just let them enjoy themselves and you enjoy yourself, and make it clear that there is no judgment and that you're quite happy in your own skin with your own decisions and that you're confident with that. And you don't even need to talk about it. Talk about other stuff. Talk about the person. Talk about your day. Don't give alcohol the time of day. Just leave it outside of the discussion. Because where you focus your attention and where you focus your energy are in line with each other. So don't give alcohol any attention and any energy, and it will have no attention and no hold on you for that evening. I think maybe alcohol has had too big a claim on too many evenings. It certainly did for me. So think about the food. Spend your time getting ready. Think about what it is you want to drink. If you've never been to the venue before, maybe it's a surprise and you can't ring the venue, but sometimes if you know where you're going and you're really concerned, you can ring them up and ask them what they've got to drink. Otherwise, just go along. Have a backup. For me, it's always a tonic water, because everywhere in the UK anyway serves tonic water. And I always ask for it because I'm quite aesthetic. I ask for it in a nice glass, a gin glass. If it's a lousy establishment and they haven't got gin glasses, then a wine glass will do. And I always ask for ice. And if they've got lemon or orange slices or whatever else, mint, jazz it up as well. You can still look good and feel good about what it is you're drinking. So you don't have to settle for a lukewarm Diet Coke in a tumbler. I was going to say one of those scratchy, horrible tumblers. You don't need to settle for that. You have a right as an adult to have an adult drink, and adult drinks don't need to contain a toxic cancer-causing poison, which is alcohol. They don't need to. So have a backup drink, but then ask the bartender, what have you got? Can you make me a mocktail? What do you have that's nice? I like elderflower cordial drinks. I like rose lemonades, that kind of thing. Alcoholic drinks is a tricky one. So I'm going slightly off piste here, but I'm just going to mention that because there's mixed thoughts out there about having alcohol-free alcohol drinks. And what I mean by that is like zero alcohol lagers or alcohol-free wine. I mean, what is that anyway? Isn't it just juice? So I'm going to say a couple of words about that. Personally, I don't think there is anything particularly wrong in going for a zero alcohol drink. The problem occurs when the motive for doing that is driven by a kind of desire to still drink. So in the early days of not drinking, I advise against having any zero alcohol drink, because you may not be ready and you may be doing it as a substitute for alcohol. The purpose of having a drink is to liquidate yourself, to have something that you like the taste of, that is sociable when you're going out. It is not to have alcohol in any way featuring in that. So if you think, oh, it almost tastes like a real beer, that's not the reason to be drinking it. And I advise against it in that situation. For me now, not having drunk alcohol this will be my 4th Valentine's, I actually can't stand the smell of alcoholic drinks. And so that is a natural change by just not wanting it anymore, and that addiction being left behind. Just like a young child, if you put whiskey under their nose or wine, they're repulsed by it. I'm back to that again. It's completely gone from my world and my life. So you may not be at that stage. That's absolutely fine. You may, wherever you are in your journey, you may just be listening to this with a glass of wine in your hand. that's absolutely fine if that's where you are and that's what you want to do. I'm not here and never am to persuade people of their life choices. But if you want to take a significant break, if you want to stop drinking completely, and if that's where you are, then I really hope that I've given you some tips and techniques and shown you some advantages of having a crystal clear, sober Valentine's. I also just want to add one thing as well, and that is that drunk sex just isn't that great. Having alcohol, it actually increases your sexual desire, but it really, really does wreck the performance. And so sober sex, if you haven't had it for some years, I do strongly suggest that you give it a go. And, the memories of it may actually rekindle something that may have been forgotten. Have a great Valentine's. Lots of love.